Well, they call him Mr. Tibbs, but we call him a legend, an icon, a trailblazer, and so much more. Mr. Sidney Poitier passed away this past Thursday at 94 years old, but his legacy lives on. In 1964, Sidney Poitier became the first black man to win an Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in Lilies of the Field. His body of work also includes In the Heat of the Night, To Sir with Love, A Raisin in the Sun, and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner?
Dad. You're my father. I'm your son. I love you. But you think of yourself as a colored man. I think of myself as a man.
Here to talk more about Mr. Poitier's groundbreaking career is Michael Dennis, founder of RealBlack.com, where we all get to be entertained, educated, enlightened, and empowered through the magic of black films. Good morning, Michael.
Hey, OG, how's it going? Good morning.
Better now that you're here for this celebration of life, because I know it's a loss, but it's also a celebration of a great life lived, right?
Yeah, not many of us are going to make it to 94, and very few of us, none of us, are going to be able to accomplish the things that Sidney Poitier accomplished in his lifespan.
Yeah, that is the truth right there.
He had an incredible life, and I hope that people are using this time not only to celebrate his work, and to revisit his great body of work and read his books and all the body of work that he left behind, but to petition those video companies and those studios to make his work more widely available.
Mm-hmm. All right, so speaking of his work, that was a clip from Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which is one of your favorite Sidney Poitier films we hear. So what is it about that film that you love, and what makes it such a classic?
Well, you got to look at 1967. He was the top box office star that year. So not only did he make Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, but To Sir with Love came out that year, and so did In the Heat of the Night. You know, so I mean, and for a lot of us who are watching, that's the era. You know, the 1960s is prime Sidney Poitier. So you know, this is a groundbreaking film in the sense that it's the first sort of mainstream interracial romance. One Potato, Two Potato came first. And he's among legends. You know, they're passing the torch to him in a way, with Katharine Hepburn and Spencer Tracy. So it's a great film.
All right, so we talk about him being a pioneer because in that year, he was in 3 of the top grossing films of that year. Like we mentioned, In the Heat of the Night is involved. And in the 60s, we're talking in the 60s. This is during the time of the civil rights movement, people fighting for equality. And for a black man to be able to be one of the highest paid actors at that time was no easy feat.
Well, he worked a deal. He actually took less money to appear in the films and took a percentage of the gross. He was one of the first black actors to do that, and then he parlayed that into being a businessman along with Paul Newman and Barbra Streisand in a company called First Artist, which parlayed into his directing career. So we can't lose sight of that. You know, he was a very savvy movie star, and one of the first to become a millionaire as a part of profit participation.
All right, so you say A Patch of Blue and Edge of the City are other must-see works. And so tell us about those 2 films. And also tell us if on your channel, YouTube channel, or on your website, you'd be doing anything special.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, Patch of Blue, I mean, I'm sure as we mentioned these titles, memories are flashing back to people in their mind. But Patch of Blue is where Sidney Poitier proves that love has no color. And he befriends in the park a young blind woman, and she falls in love with him, and it's the first interracial kiss in motion pictures in that film. It's a beautiful film. I recommend that people check that out. It's available on Blu-ray and DVD through Warner Brothers Home Entertainment. And what was the other one that you mentioned? Edge of the City.
Yes.
Also Warner Brothers Entertainment movie with John Cassavetes. And they play dock workers, and John Cassavetes is on the lam from the police, because not from the police. He's a deserter from the army, and he gets a job on the docks, and he befriends Sidney Poitier. A lot of befriending of white people in these movies, these early Sidney Poitier films. You know, but they hatch on to a friendship, and they encounter these racial prejudices in the process. As far as the channel goes, on YouTube, Real Black, you just put in the word Real Black. When you go to the YouTube search engine, you'll find a plethora of great Sidney Poitier experiences. We've been celebrating his life all weekend since the time that we got news of his passing. We've been putting new content up to celebrate his life and career.
All right. Thank you so much, Michael, for sharing your memories of Mr. Poitier with us. And we'll be checking in with you.
Never had a Jerry curl.
We'll be checking in with you on realblack.com. That's his website. That's Real, R-E-E-L, as in film. And you can also subscribe to his YouTube channel. I am. Thank you, Mike. See you soon.
Thank you, OJ.
Happy New Year.